everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamlyn and this is Sewn on the Tine. So I'm here today with my May makes and favourite things from the month. It's a little bit late, this one, because Sam flew off to Slovakia with work when I needed him here to film and edit. It's not out of choice, he would rather not. Yeah, he's been away all week, so this is coming to you a little bit into June, but that's fine. I am wearing nothing that I've made. This is actually a t-shirt that I bought when we went to New York. It is from Dave's, hence the, oh, wrong way, Dave's, New York. That was where we went to buy some Levi jeans for a really good price. I just really like this t-shirt, nice and casual. It was only $12 and I really like the colour. So yeah, I was wearing this anyway and I thought, I'll just leave it on to film. I don't have to wear something that I've made all the time. So yeah, thank you for coming back. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't done so already, it would be great if you could subscribe. Let's kick off the video. So today is actually Friday after a very long first week back at work after my week off last week. So, you know, my drink of choice today is a little can of lager. Yeah, I'm just having a nice little can of lager. Refreshing. I do like a lager, especially like a Moretti, Staropramen, Estrella, or Estrella if you're from Spain. But my favourite is Camden Hells. This is a very good substitute though. So, let's get on with the video. I made 4 things in May. So that doesn't sound like very much, but I feel like I had quite a lot on in May. I had some extra work that I was doing for my job. 4 things isn't too bad. I've also got a couple of other longer projects going on at the moment that are sort of taking my time up a little bit. So yeah, I made 4 things. So the first thing I made was the Tilly and the Buttons Stevie dress. Now this is the second Stevie dress that I've ever made. I made one last year out of a lovely Liberty fabric, so if you've seen my what I made in 2018 videos, you will have seen it then. But yeah, I decided to make it this month. I made it out of some fabric from Fabric Godmother. I actually picked up some remnant fabric from Fabric Godmother, which was the Crowded Faces Cotton Lawn Lady McElroy fabric. I bought 2 remnant pieces. I bought 50 centimetres of the black with the white faces and 90 centimetres of the white with the black faces. That cost me a total of £11.98. And I made this lovely Stevie dress. Now, as you can see, and if you know the Stevie dress pattern, it's a really good one for using different fabrics together because it's got a lovely back yoke, it's got the tie fastening at the back, it's got the cuffs on the sleeves, so you can actually use different pieces of fabric together to create your garment. So it's great for using up scraps, it's great for combining fabrics. As you can see, it's great for piecing 2 fabrics together that are the same design but alternate colours, and it was an absolute bargain. So I'm really happy with this dress. I made it sort of in conjunction with our May sewing patterns and prints theme, which was monochrome. Yeah, I just really like it. I really love the combination of the 2 fabrics, the 2 colours, and I'm very happy with my Stevie. So the second garment I made in May was another Stevie. How exciting am I? But as you can see from the photo, I think you achieve, or I have achieved, a completely different look with this Stevie because of the type of fabric that I've used and maybe the way that it's styled. So this time again the fabric was from Fabric Godmother and it was this gorgeous crepe fabric which has like a crinkle texture to it. There's probably an official name for that, but you know, let's go with crinkle texture. And it's got dinosaurs on it and then these big leaves, and actually the dinosaurs are quite subtle, so somebody at work actually complimented me on this dress and then came up to me later on in the day and said, oh, I didn't actually notice it had dinosaurs on it. So yeah, they're really subtle, they kind of merge in with the leaf print, but I love that. I love anything with dinosaurs on. It's just, yeah, it kind of, I'm attracted to it straight away. Love this fabric. Fabric Godmother has not got any of this left in. I think it was a limited stock because it was ex-designer fabric, I believe. Fabric Godmother is really good for getting lots of ex-designer fabrics in, sort of in limited quantities. When it's gone, but that's great so that you know that sort of not too many people are going to end up with the same fabric as you. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this dress as well. I've just used that fabric for the whole dress, but this time instead of the tie fastening at the back, I've just gone for a button. I've used just a ready-to-wear belt that I already own to sort of bring it in at the waist. I really like the look that you get with that. It drapes really nicely, it hangs really nicely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing that lots over the summer. So the third thing I made was quite a last minute make, and it was for an event that I was going to with my lovely friend Megan. She got tickets for the Radio 1 Big Weekend, which was held in Middlesbrough. Well, I was going to say she invited me along. I think I kind of invited myself along on the Saturday, because we were out one night and she was talking about how she'd spent ages getting tickets for the Radio 1's Big Weekend. They're very popular, they go very quickly, and she'd spent hours trying to get these tickets, and she'd managed to get them, and went home and told her boyfriend, who she was planning on going with, and his response was kind of, ah. So she was like, well, are you not excited? And he kind of said, not really. So she said, well, I'll choose somebody to go with that's more excited than you, that's more appreciative. And she was telling me this story. So obviously I then said, well, take me, please. So yeah, she took me and it was awesome. I'm gonna go off on a ramble about Radio 1's Big Weekend, which I don't need to. What I'm supposed to be telling you about is what I made to wear. And I wanted to make something quite fun, playful, festival-y. I mean, anything goes at a festival, but I had something quite specific in my mind. Yeah, it was the Yanta overalls from Helen's Closet, and I used some gingham print fabric which I bought from First for Fabrics, and actually I wanted like a large scale, well not large scale, kind of a medium sized gingham print. They had exactly what I wanted, but it was in the curtain fabric area. But I just bought it anyway. Yeah, made the Yanta overalls out of it. Now I love the look of them. It wasn't an entirely smooth sew, because in the instructions it says that you can put an invisible zip in the side, or you may not need to. So as I was making them and I got to the point where I'd pinned the side seams, or clipped them rather, I used wonder clips, I tried them on over the top of what I was wearing, and it was sort of a very tight squeeze and a couple of the clips popped off. But in my head I just thought, well, once I'm not wearing anything, then they'll just slide on and it'll be fine. So I just went ahead and stitched them up, didn't put an invisible zip in, finished the garment, and had to pretty much wriggle and force myself into them. Now they did go on, but if you've been to a festival before, you will know that going to the toilet's not always the easiest thing anyway. You have to go to portaloos. The queues are often big. Portaloos aren't very spacious. So I didn't really want to be forcing myself into something and forcing myself out of something at a festival. So I decided to unpick one of the side seams and insert my invisible zip. So yeah, I rescued it, but next time I'll just put the zip in from the get-go. It would have been a lot easier. You will notice from the pictures that I actually turned the gingham print, so the direction of the gingham, so it's on the diagonal for the pockets, on the bib and on the bum. I didn't put the hip pockets on, just didn't feel like they were necessary. And also they are supposed to fasten with buttons, sort of the straps fasten with buttons. I did the buttonholes, and then I just decided to tie the straps through and tie them in a knot because I kind of like that look. And yeah, I'm really happy with them. You'll see from the pictures that I went for a sort of festival themed look. So I've got the boots, I've got my hair in little space buns with glitter. Yeah, I had a fantastic day. It was great. It rained obviously because I live in England and the north of England, so it rained, but it was a super fun day. Yeah, I would highly recommend the Yanta overalls. I'm going to make the full length version next, and I'll probably put a zip in the side. Probably. So the last thing I made in May was a Minerva Crafts blog project. It was the Named Clothing Kilo Wrap dress. Now I have wanted to make this for such a long time. Every person I see that has made this dress just looks amazing in it. The shaping of it, the way that you can tie it in different ways, the different fabrics you can use to make it, the different lengths. I love it. If you haven't made it already, I would just recommend it so much, because I've already got another one planned within the next week because I want to wear next weekend for something. I just adore it. So Minerva sent me this fabric in return for the blog post. So I got 2.5 metres of this amazing patchwork viscose jersey. It's only £9.99 a metre, so it's a bargain really, £25 for an amazing dress. It's a really straightforward sew, no problems whatsoever. The neck line and the armholes you can finish with, I think it says binding or something else. I just turned it over once, pressed it, turned it over again, stitched it. Straightforward. And yeah, I love the way that you can tie it to the front, tie it to the back. I just think it looks amazing and it feels amazing. I posted it onto my Facebook page, which is just sort of friends and family, and the response I got from lots of people was so lovely. I've had requests to make some for friends, so we shall see. One of my friends is actually pregnant and her baby is due in September, and she has asked me to, well, I offered to make her one because, as she said, it would be perfect for a pregnancy bump. So yeah, that's going to be coming up very soon. Yeah, I really, really like this dress and we'll get lots of wear out of it, but definitely we'll be making more in other fabrics as well, other prints or other, I might make a plain one. Adele from Button and Pip actually made a shorter version in a plain fabric and it looked really gorgeous. So yeah, I think I'll make a plain one as well. So that blog post will be going live on Minerva Crafts in August, I believe. If you don't know how the Minerva Crafts blog works, they have like a certain number of slots every day, and when you submit your blog post to them with your photos, they then give you a slot for when your post will go live. So mine is going live on the 11th of August, so a couple of months away, but I shall link to the Minerva Crafts blog down below anyway for you to go and have a little look. So on to my favourite things in May, and the first thing I'm going to mention is something with me in it. So it is the magazine that comes with the So Hayley Jane boxes. I was actually in the last one as the featured subscriber of the month. It was issue number 6 and the theme for that month's box in May was really wild, so it was all animal themed, which was awesome. There's me little face with me cup of tea. How times have changed. I've now got me beer. So there we go. So I was asked by Hayley to answer some questions and she would put it in her magazine basically. So that's one of the garments that I've made using some So Hayley Jane fabric and trim that came in one of the boxes. Yeah, let me know down below if you received the So Hayley Jane box and if you saw my little article in that magazine. So thank you, Hayley, for asking me to be involved with that. It was so lovely. The second thing that I really enjoyed in May, or sort of discovered in May, is some music. It is somebody that we saw at Radio 1's Big Weekend, and my friend Meg has been talking about this person for ages, so I knew who he was, but I'd never actually really listened to his music. But in the days running up to the festival, I thought I'd best listen to him because I don't want to get there and sort of be like twiddling my thumbs while he's playing and not really know what's going on. So I wanted to be able to sort of sing along and enjoy some of his songs, and that is a singer called Sam Fender. So he is actually from the northeast of England as well. He's from North Shields. Yeah, he's just a young lad, early 20s I think. He's got just the most amazing voice and his music is awesome, and if you haven't heard of him, I would highly recommend going and checking him out. He's only got a few songs out, he hasn't been going for that long. Yeah, he's awesome. And actually, if you listen to a podcast called Happy Place by Fern Cotton, which again I would highly recommend, he was on this week's episode. It's really, really interesting to listen to, and to listen to the inspiration behind some of his music as well and his story. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend checking out Sam Fender. The next thing I'm going to show you is my favourite fabric purchase of May. Now, my fabric buying doesn't seem to be slowing down. I'm trying to have an agreement and like a little self-help group with my lovely friends Sam and Keely, and we're trying to hold each other back from purchasing new fabric and patterns because we don't really need any more. That's not really working as yet, but I have purchased quite a bit of fabric recently, and this one I just had to have. So I was at work on my lunch break, I went onto Instagram and this fabric appeared in my feed. I think it was on stories, and I think it was Harriet from Sew Me Sunshine that shared it. Oh my goodness, look at this fabric. So this is, oh, I love it. This is the most incredible cotton from Lady McElroy. I never know which one it is. I think it's called Fashion Forward, and just look at it. My favourites are the space buns, the girls that have got the space buns in their hair. are just awesome. And this girl, oh, I think this one's actually my favourite because she's got space buns, purple bows in her hair, purple eyebrows, cool round sunglasses. I love it. I love all the colours. It is just the most incredible fabric. So I saw that on, as I say, Saw Me Sunshine stories, somebody else's stories, but it sold out straight away. So I contacted the lovely Kaylee at First for Fabrics and said, are you getting any of this in? Because basically I need this fabric. She said, well, we hadn't planned on it, but send me a link to it and I'll see what I can do. So I got a message from Kaylee later that evening and from Julie, and they said, it's been ordered, it'll be here by Friday. How much would you like put into one side? So I ordered my 2 meters and I went in a few days later and collected it, and I was not disappointed. So thank you so much to Kaylee and Julie for getting this in at my request. I adore it. I haven't decided what to do with it yet. I don't know, I really want to be sure about what I'm going to do with it because it's so special. I just love it so much. Just, oh, my nails look nice against it actually. Ooh. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Speaking of nails, look at my nails. I couldn't decide what colour to go for when I went to get my nails done the other night, and I loved this colour, but then I saw this colour and I just thought they worked so well together. So I thought about getting them alternate colours like that, but then my nail technician suggested just one hand of each, and I'm very happy with that decision. So yeah, loving that. A couple more favourites to go. I have a favourite snack of me, and it's something that I've rediscovered. Tell me if you know what these are and if you like them too. Flumps. I mean, probably not healthy at all. I mean, it does say no artificial colours and flavours, so maybe slightly healthier than we think. But yeah, a flump is basically a marshmallow. Now, I love marshmallows, but I just love flumps. They're awesome. I'm gonna have to open it to show you just in case you don't know what they are. So there we go. This is a flump. So it's like a twisted marshmallow in pink and yellow. It's so tasty. Sorry, just had to have some then. So yeah, I've rediscovered them this month. They're really cheap. I think they're like 10p or 12p in the shop. They used to be 10p. Inflation means that they're now 12p, but they're still worth it. And actually, when I was taking out my class to their parents at the end of the school day about 3 weeks ago, and I was chatting to one of the mums, and she gave her child a snack, a little after school treat, and it was a flump, and I said, oh, flumps, they're my absolute favourite. I love flumps. And she had another one in her bag. Actually, she had 2 more, so she gave them both to me. And then just before the week off, she gave me a little gift for, you know, the end of half term, and in there, amongst other things, was a flump. And then I bought this one today. My last favourite of the month. Again, oh, this is going to make me look really bad. My last favourite of the month is wine. Well, specifically this wine. I have been trying over the past couple of months to not have wine in the house because if it's there, I'll drink it. It's not the healthiest of things to drink. It's quite high in calories. Not so great for the head the next day because it does give me a little bit of a headache, but it tastes so good. So I am well known amongst my friends and family for having very specific tastes in wine. So specific that they have to come from New Zealand, Marlborough region, Sauvignon Blanc. Very specific wine tastes. But my absolute favourite is Brancott Estate. And actually, this was our wedding wine. So we had this at our wedding on all of the tables. And what was great was that after the wedding, we still had a few boxes left over. So that lasted me for quite some time. It lasted me for a little while. But yeah, so in May, I sort of rediscovered Brancott Estate. You can usually get it on offer in a supermarket, so I always manage to sniff that out. It's just divine. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. If you have tried it and you also love it too, let me know. This one I started 2 nights ago and I've still got about a third, just over a third left, so I'm doing pretty well. But tonight, Friday night, I'm going to finish that off. So yeah, I love my Brancott Estate. And I've actually got, again, my friend Meg that I was talking about earlier, I've got her onto this now. It's just awesome wine. I mean, if Brancott Estate would like to sponsor me to promote their wine, then please go ahead. Anyway, I've talked enough nonsense now. I hope you've enjoyed that video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my makes and me talking about a few of my favourite things of the month. Let me know if you like any of those things too. I'm gonna go and do a little bit of sewing, I think, because I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with all of the fabric-y plans and sewing projects that I've got on the go at the minute and that I want to have on the go. If you've got any tips for how I can plan out my sewing and stick to one thing at a time, that would be awesome, because I just want to make everything now, which is impossible. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all being so lovely and supporting me. Again, if you haven't subscribed already, if you're new here, then please do subscribe. I've got quite a few videos coming up very soon. If Sam would stop going away with work. I need him. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you again very soon. Happy sewing. Bye. I made 4 things in month?